Hello, welcome to part 2 of the Medium Quick Start series. Let's work through a project together to get more familiar with Medium's tools and menus. First, you'll need to load up the Medium Quick Start sculpt from your library. Just a note, this video will pause when you go into your home screen. So to find the sculpt, tap your red home screen button on your support hand, then choose Library. Under the user Oculus, select the sculpt called Medium Quick Start, and then select Load in the lower right corner. Go ahead and do those steps now to load your sculpt. Welcome back! Alright, let's take a closer look at this sculpt. Looks like you need some ears and hair. Back into the Layers menu by pressing down on the thumbstick. Let's make Guy Body Layer active by ticking the checkbox. And because we have Clay Tool selected, let's look at our settings. Tap the green gear button on your tool hand. So we could freehand some ears and hair with one of the primitives, but let's use a stamp. Select the Stamps tab, and let's go into the traditional group. Let's choose this teardrop shape, and turn our single toggle on. Tap the color button, and let's use our eyedropper to select his skin color. Now let's change the direction of our stamp so that we can orient the rounded part of the shape outwards like an ear. Press and hold the tool hand thumbstick to the left or right, then reposition your hand. Release the thumbstick when you find your place. Pull the sculpt closer with your grip button and find a good spot for his ear. Resize and squeeze the trigger to apply the clay. Let's reset the stamp direction again for the other ear. Pull him closer and add the other ear. Great, looking better already. Now let's add some hair. Back into the Clay Settings menu with your green gear button, and let's choose another stamp. Go down to the Organic group, and let's pick this rough coral shape. And let's use the eyedropper again. Double tap the color button, and let's choose his eyebrow color so that his hair matches. Change the direction of the stamp again, and play with the size by pressing up or down on the tool hand thumbstick. Pull him closer, and let's add some hair. Be sure to turn him all different ways while you're working, and reposition and resize the stamp as you go to add variety. Okay, he's looking pretty good now. Let's give him a car. Back into the Layers menu, press down on the support hand thumbstick. Let's unhide Road, Car Body, and Car Interior, and then select Car Body and unselect Guy Body using the checkboxes. Then press up on the same thumbstick to choose the Paint tool. Tap the color button, and let's choose a car color. I'm going to choose Hot Pink. Let's use our grip buttons together to zoom way out. Then let's increase the size of our paint spray all the way up using our tool hand thumbstick. Let's paint this car. Try to avoid the rims if you want to keep them silver. They're on the same layer as the car body. Alright, looks much better. Now let's move our guy over to the car. Back into Layers. Let's unselect Car Body and select Guy Eyes and Guy Body by using the checkboxes. With your Layers menu still up, reach over and grab your guy with your tool hand and move him to the car. You can go out of the Layers menu to move the whole sculpt and check your positioning. Looks like he's still a little bit tilted. Back into Layers to adjust him a little bit more. Alright, he's looking pretty good. Except his head is sticking out, and so is his arm. So let's make this a convertible. Back into the Layers menu, unselect Guy Body and Guy Eyes, and then select Car Body. Press down on the same thumbstick to select the clay tool. Open the clay settings menu with the green gear button, and let's select the cube primitive at the top and turn off the single toggle. Double tap the green gear button to go into erase mode. Pull the sculpt closer, size up your tool, and let's erase the roof. Okay, much better. Now let's fix his arm with the Move tool. Unselect Car Body and reselect Guy Body. In the tool tray, select the Move tool. Tap the gear button to look at the Move tool settings. Let's crank the inner radius and strength to 100, and select Active Layer only so that we don't move the car. Let's resize our tool, move the sculpt closer, and repose his arm. Awesome! You may not get this right on the first try, so use undo if you want to try again. Great, now his arm isn't going through the side of the car, but his hand is still kind of poking out in a weird way. Let's use the Move tool again to curve the hand around the edge of the car. We can use the Smooth tool to smooth out any of the rough edges left after our move. Squeeze and hold the support hand trigger to activate Smooth, which is our Alt tool. While still squeezing the trigger, tap the green gear button, and let's decrease the strength to about half, and smooth. Alright, he's sitting tall in his pink convertible. Let's give him a friend, a robot friend. In the Layers menu, let's unhide the Friend Body and Friend Eyes layers. Then select the Friend Body layer to make it active. Don't worry if you don't see anything, they're empty layers right now. Let's switch back to the Clay tool. Tap the color button to choose your clay color. I'm going to choose gray. In clay settings, let's turn the single toggle back and flip back into add mode. Let's add a single cube for the robot's head. You'll see right away that we've got a different material on this layer. It looks like metal. We'll cover materials more later in another tutorial. Back into Clay Tool settings, let's go into the Mechanical Stamps group. We're going to quickly kit bash our robot together using some stamps. I'm going to add this one for the neck. Reposition the direction of the stamp, and add the neck. Back into stamps. I'm going to choose this one for the body. Make it a bit bigger, and add it. Then back into stamps again. Need one for the arms. I'm going to choose this one. Back into stamps again. And this one for the legs. And how about some antennas? This one looks good. And finally, let's find one for the mouth. This one. But first I'm going to change my color to blue. Okay, cool. Let's add some cool robot lights now. Back into the Layers menu, and let's select the Friend Eyes layer. And then back into Clay Settings, and let's choose the Sphere primitive at the top. Let's add a few blue lights to our robot antennas, and you'll see right away that this layer has an emissive material assigned. So our robot needs an eye, and then I think he's all done. Let's choose white from the color menu and add an eye. Alright, they're cruising along in their pink convertible, and that's it for this project. Click Next on the playback panel to watch the final video in the Medium Quick Start series.